Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 8th. This week, we are just going to get started here. I'm going to do things a little bit differently again. I'm going to pull one row here for your general energies for this week. So the first row will be your general energies. Your second row will be any blockages or any blind spots, anything you don't see coming this week. Your next row will be any unexpected news or anything that you don't see coming, I should say, so more like the unexpected. And your last row here is going to be your next steps that you need to take to get whatever it is that you'll want at this time here, Aries. Let me know what you think of this spread down below for sure. I am kind of like working on it and seeing how things go, but let me know what you think down below. Also, at the end, I'm going to pull 3 yes or no questions again. So I will tell you when it's time to pause, and I will say pause this video because I'm about to ask 3 yes or no questions. I'm going to pull 3 cards, and I'm just going to give you a quick yes or no based off those cards. But Aries, let's see what is going on for you. I missed a card here. I don't know how I did that, but let's pull that right there and see what we have for you here, Aries. Under your general energies here, you have the Earth Magic card. I do feel like it would be just putting everything together here. And again, at the end, as always, I read holistically. I take everything that is here into account, even though we are kind of separating out the questions, basically. What I would say is looking at everything here, I do feel like something does need to be grounded. Something needs to be made real in your life. I do feel like friends or there are people who could help you kind of make something more real. It's almost like the best way that I could describe this week to you here is it's like you're kind of strengthening a weakness that you have, but this is not like a bad thing, Aries, but I feel that you're more like finding a person who kind of fills a gap, if that makes sense. So for some of you in love, it's like maybe you're finding that person where it's like you both have complementary, kind of like skills, or you both have complementary whatever. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's like you complement each other very nicely. Same thing in like work or business, whatever you're trying to accomplish here, Aries. I feel like you're finding someone, or you have the opportunity at the very least to find someone who has complementary skills. And this is going to make things like, I'm just getting the word smooth sailing popping into my head as I say that. So I feel that this week in general, there's the way that you will create this smooth sailing energy is by finding someone who kind of fills in a complementary skill or something along those lines. You have the Fool, the Ace of Cups, and the Strength card here. For some reason, I'm getting this energy of you kind of like really focusing on yourself, or I keep getting something about how you present yourself here. You even have the Queen of Wands showing up down here, and there's something about the way you present yourself that I feel like some of you are trying to change. I'm getting these words like charisma, those types of words that would represent kind of how you show yourself to the world here, Aries. And I feel that a lot of you are it's like you're either developing those skills or you're working on those skills to become more charismatic, or you're developing skills to kind of improve the way that you show yourself to the world. So that's the first thing I'm getting here. The second thing I'm getting is that you're ready to take a leap of faith towards something that kind of is very fulfilling to you here. I'm getting the word soul focus is popping into my head as well. I feel like you could take that both ways, Aries. I feel for some of you, this is literally the focus of your soul. There is something that your soul wants to focus on, like your purpose, if I can use that word, right? But I also feel like it is something that is going to become your soul focus. Something is going to become like the thing that you focus on most. I'm looking at this 7 of Pentacles, which is coming up in the area of your blockages, but at the same time, I'm kind of looking at this as something where it's like you're focusing on something and like everything falls into place here. I'm kind of surprised that there's a card in this deck that is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically a bunch of blocks that are kind of like falling into place. And I feel that with this 7 of Pentacles, it's like because you're focusing more on your purpose and you're like withdrawing your focus from things in your life that don't really matter, I feel like everything else is falling into place. So it's like maybe you want love, maybe you want better health, or whatever it is you want. I feel like you're channeling here your energy. It's like you're focusing on a project or a hobby or something you enjoy doing, and because of that, that's why like things are starting to work out for you. If things are starting to work out for you, if they are not, again, that is how I would get things to work out for you. I would focus on something that kind of fills you up here. But let's clarify this. You have the Ten of Swords. I do feel that there is some sort of ending in new beginning here. Obviously, you have the Fool, which is about taking a leap of faith towards something new. You have the Queen of Cups here, definitely nurturing something into existence, in the Four Wands. Some of you could be leaving a marriage, or you could be going through a divorce or a separation here, and that shows up here in this reading. And so I do see that for some of you, but for the most part, I feel like this is talking about a new beginning. Even the Four Wands is stepping through a portal, and with the Strength card, this is like you getting a lot of attention, or you standing out for the things that you do. Strength card is a display of strength, so I feel like you are being recognized for your hard work. In your next row, for any blockages or any blind spots that you have this week, I feel that this is more of a blind spot, honestly. I do feel like there's a blockage here that we're going to talk about, but you have the Success card. This is a really good card, and I do feel that there is, like, I feel like there are some things that you need to really focus on here. The Panther can represent like toxic energy. I have other decks that have like a Panther on them, and they say that the Panther can represent kind of like this toxic energy, or needing to remove something that is toxic. I feel for some of you, it could be, I don't think this is like toxic like the way you think about it either here, Aries. I feel for some of you, this is just about needing to kind of like focus on your purpose, like I said, and I feel like that's what will bring in the most love, or the most whatever it is that you desire to have in your life. For others, I just feel like there could be success for you. Again, this is like a blind spot, so something could be successful, and it's like maybe you don't see it. So what is it that could be successful? Seven of Pentacles tells me everything I need to know. Seven of Pentacles to me says that there's something that you are overthinking. So I'd say whatever you're overthinking about, whatever you are thinking about too much, and whatever you are delaying is probably what you should be focusing on, and is probably the thing that could be extremely successful for you. So it's like maybe you're overthinking starting a business. Maybe you're overthinking starting a new career. That, whatever that is, Seven of Pentacles is saying, I feel like it's saying the change is worth it. Number two, I'm getting something about timing here on the Nine of Swords. So for some of you, it might just be a timing issue where it's kind of going to take some time for you to be able to, start whatever it is that you're wanting to start here with the Seven of Pentacles. I do feel there's a blockage, and I do feel that the blockage could be in a relationship with the Two of Cups. For some of you, I feel it's a specific relationship, something where you're kind of repeating a cycle with a person. I feel like this is something that's ended multiple times, but I feel like this person still, like, I'm getting weird words like they have their hooks in you or something like that. So I feel like this is a love blockage where this person still has their hooks, in you. It's like they still got you. And so you're kind of like repeating the cycle. You have this Child card here, so it could be due to children for some of you. For others, I feel like this is you, I just see too much entanglement here, so I do feel this could be like an entanglement, or whatever you want to whatever you want to call it. So let's clarify this and see how we can kind of like overcome these blockages and these obstacles or blind spots. You have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is very specific. Knight of Wands says there is something you are very passionate about. You need to move towards your passions. The problem with passions right now, especially with Neptune and Pisces, is we could be passionate about making the best ice cream sandwich that's ever existed, and maybe we think, I'm going to start a business making ice cream sandwiches. I keep joking about this stuff. People think I'm joking, but just wait until like we get to like 2025. We're going to see people open up cotton candy shops. We're probably going to see people have businesses where they skateboard around the business, all sorts of crazy stuff, right? And again, I don't even know, like, there's going to be crazier stuff than that happening in work. So this is basically saying there's something you're very passionate about, but it probably just seems a little bit ridiculous, or it just doesn't seem like you can have it, and I feel like you need to move past that feeling. You have the Two of Cups again with the Nine of Swords. It's like you see things that could be successful here, but it's like you still have this like entanglement situation, maybe with a person. So, I feel that this could be a little bit of a challenge for you. You have the Four of Cups here as well. I mean, for some of you, it's like maybe that I think you should just kind of like focus on new love, Seven of Cups here. And there could be like a lot of fears as well kind of getting in the way here for you, Aries. I feel like there are too many fears that are maybe preventing you from even moving towards new love. So I feel that the Seven of Pentacles, that Seven of Cups wanted to pop out there as well, Aries. That to me is screaming abundance mentality. Sometimes I think we get into these entanglements, enmeshments, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? Where we do something where we're just like, we start doing things. Like I think if we're honest with ourselves and if we say to ourselves, like, maybe we start doing behaviors that kind of like gross us out, or maybe we start, expressing like needy behavior in a relationship or something like that. I think if we call ourselves out when we do that, then we can remove ourselves from situations like this. I feel the need to tell you that. So I feel like that's a message for you here, Aries. Trust me, I've done it. We've all done it, right? I'm not here to criticize you or anything like that. Like I said, I'm the most guilty person of doing that. I'm a Pisces, right? I'm a sucker. So, trust me, I get it. But I feel for some of you, this is like kind of saying, if you really look at it, you probably do things where you're like, ugh, like why did I do that in the relationship? I feel like if you call yourself out, you'll see that. But I think abundance mentality would be a good idea. Maybe you need to get dressed up. Maybe you need to go out and just get a bunch of people hitting on you. And then you can say like, oh my God, abundance mentality. I'm all set. Don't need to worry about this in love. In your next row here for what is unexpected, well, I would be careful. Number one, Aries child. If you're not trying to get pregnant, I would be very careful at this time. You have the pathway card as well. With the Four Wands, the Four Wands can be marriage, but the Four Wands can also represent a pathway. It is a card of a portal opening up right here in the middle of the card. And it's kind of like a card of like serendipity. It's kind of like a card of things falling into place in a lot of ways because, it's one of those things where it's like it represents 1111 on this card. So it's like this is a portal that could just be opening up for you randomly. But you have the Five of Cups, Four of Cups, and the Queen of Wands here. A lot of your energy here in this reading is about needing to see that there is a pathway opening up, needing to see that you are not stuck. You have the Five of Cups. If he were just to turn around here, he would see these two cups. He's crying because he's crying over spilt wine, not spilt milk. And he has lost his taste for wine. That's why he's crying. But there's something behind him that could be a lot better, but he hasn't even tasted it yet. Not only that, he is also crying because he can't swim and he can't get to this castle. But if he were just to turn around, he would get the two cups, but he would also get the castle because he would see this bridge that leads to the castle. So for some of you, I feel you could be very focused here, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, he's looking at those pentacles. He's saying, like, have I done enough work? Do I still belong here? Do I still need to be working on this relationship? Do I need to still be working on this business that's been failing? What do I need to do? And so if he were just to turn around, he would see that castle. It's like there are offers or there are opportunities. And I feel like the biggest challenge for you is finding those opportunities or, kind of seeing what they are. In a lot of ways, again, your answer is the Queen of Wands. We're going to pull clarifiers, obviously, and we're going to see what your real answer is. But Queen of Wands is wholehearted energy. Queen of Wands says, where can you put your heart and soul? I think the problem right now is judgment. Like I said, it's like we have probably too many judgments where we just think that something can't work for us, or we just think that something won't be successful, so we don't do it, right? Whatever it is, whether it's like a career, a business, or some relationship or something like that. Maybe we think there's no way that something could ever happen for us. Like maybe it's something long distance, but we don't realize if we were just to get started, if we were just to follow our joy, if we were to follow our bliss, the pathway would kind of open up. And that's what I feel for you here, Aries. But Aries, let's clarify this and let's see what we get for you. The Sun, damn. Aries, happiness, joy, enlightenment, good things coming in for you. Magician, you have manifested things, but again, he's manifesting all four of these cups on the Four of Cups. The problem is that the things that he's manifesting, they probably don't look exactly like what he wants. So, sometimes I feel with the Four of Cups, we need to be a little bit less picky. Really, what I feel for you with the Magician here is that this is a step, basically. If we're not ready for something, the universe might bring us like something that is a test, or the universe might bring us something that isn't exactly what we want, but it's there to get us to the next level. And that's what I feel for you here, Aries, with this card. It's like maybe you want love, and maybe the universe brings you someone who wants to take you out on a date, but maybe you're saying no. And this is saying, don't say no, say yes, because it's like, you don't have to marry this person, just go out on the date, right? It's like, I feel like too many people turn down dates because the person isn't perfect, or, you know, they don't make 6 figures, or, you know, whatever it is, right? Totally understand. I totally get it, right? We all have standards. I'd be lying if I said that, you know, that it's possible to date without standards, right? But what I would say is that I think that too many people shoot themselves in the foot, because it's like, you know, you don't go out on a date with a person. You have to do that to find a person, you know, especially with the way the universe works. So the universe might be bringing you opportunities. They're not perfect opportunities, but I would take them anyway. I would also say I'm getting something here for some of you, if you work in like part-time work, or if you work on contract basis, like if you're a freelancer, or if you do any of that type of work as well, I feel like there could be something coming in for you here. And again, it's like along the same lines, where it's like, it might not be an ideal client, or it might not be something that's perfect. It might be a little less money than you expect, but I feel like it's going to lead to something much greater. And I feel like the same thing in love here as well, if you happen to be looking for love. Next, you have the Temperance card. Yeah, you can turn a situation around. With the Temperance card, I feel like the Temperance card is saying you are really creating your own reality at this time in a very big way here, Aries. So yeah, super powerful reading. In your final row for your next steps, you have the Co-Create card. I would definitely focus on teamwork and co-creation here. Yeah, a lot of happiness coming in for you here, Aries. So like I kind of said at the beginning of the reading, I feel like that there is someone who kind of fills in some gaps, as far as this could be in love and business, doesn't have, it could be anything. And I feel there's someone coming in who can fill in some gaps. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. I kind of like this energy because it's almost like you're not rushing. You know, normally I feel on the Knight of Swords, that it's like a rushing energy, but I get this energy of kind of taking things slow. It's like if you are maybe accepting someone to help you in your business, I feel like you're kind of just like allowing things to develop. You're kind of seeing where things go. It is uncharted territory with the Two of Swords, but I feel like you're going to be doing it anyway with the Knight of Swords. I don't really like the Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords to me can say that you're staying stuck and you need to turn around and get to these lands behind you, because that is where the success is. But at the same time, for some reason with this Knight of Swords, I do feel like you are kind of turning around here. But let's clarify this. You have the Ace of Wands, very passionate new beginning. Again, if you're having a new beginning with a person here, it's going to be very successful. King of Wands, look at divine counterparts, Queen of Wands, King of Wands right here. So definitely could be love coming in for you. And the Seven of Cups, again. So I feel like you're spoiled for choice this week here, Aries, and I feel like your next steps here should be to focus on co-creation, or kind of launching something that brings you joy in your life. This whole reading is about joy, happiness, the sun, the happiest card in the deck. So I feel like there's something that you desire to create in your life, and I feel like you just need to create it. It's pretty simple. But Aries, we are going to do a yes or no question now. So you can have up to 3 yes or no questions, and these are the 3 cards here. So 1, 2, and 3. Make sure to pause the video if you need time to think of your questions here, Aries, but we're going to get started. For card number 1, I would say yes, Queen of Cups here. Just intuitively, it came up next to this Queen of Cups here. I feel like there's something you need to nurture here. So again, whatever question number 1 is, I feel like you need to trust your intuition, but I also feel like you need to give something like all your tender love and care, whether it's a relationship, a business, a job, your health, it doesn't really matter. But I feel like it's a yes if you kind of nurture something. For card number 2, you have the yes, I would say the World. World is a very good card, so I would say yes with this, especially if it's like some sort of goal. For card number 3, you have the Nine of Wands. I do feel no here. I feel like there's some blockages here with card number 3. You know, one thing I want to say with these yes or no questions is you control your own reality. The cards can't control your own reality. So, you know, again, even if this is a no, Nine of Wands, you can work with that energy. So, you know, that's what I'll say there. But this is a really nice reading here, Aries. I like it. So thank you for watching, Aries. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. I do have a video below explaining how to find your sun, moon, and rising as well. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate all the support. Definitely let me know what you think of this spread. But thank you, Aries, and definitely enjoy your week.